Sports talk conversations with a good laugh mixed in. This is the Sports Talk with Thetford and Ashby podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
I'm Mike Hebert, owner of Cantex Roofing and Construction. Every day is game day, and we'll get it right when it comes to your roofing, construction, windows, and mirrors. Call Cantex Roofing and Construction today. Together, we are one serving you.
Publicly.
I think David got it right.
Yeah, I was spelling bee champ.
Why would you need that word, by the
Haynes.
Well, he wants to know who owns Pro Petro.
It's publicly traded.
Publicly held, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
All right, well, that's McGavick Nissan and Infinity of Lubbock. The Infinity's on right there on Spur 327, right around the corner on Milwaukee is where you'll find McGavick Nissan. And that, I'm telling you, you'll love this place. It's just a great atmosphere when you go in there.
It is. And their team has been there a long time. Brent does a great job keeping all of his people together. I mean, car dealerships are known for like people coming and going, but Brent he's such a great leader. People that really like him, they like Steve, and they like their management group, and so they've just like his service team has been there forever.
Isn't that great?
That's a good looking service department.
It is.
Not that matters. I mean, you can go to like Pinkerton's Garage and down there, and it's fine. But good gosh, that's a good looking.
It is
first class. They are first class. They really are. Braden Rose does a great job. Yeah, they do. James, who is a good friend and lives across the street from me.
James Lyon?
Yeah.
That's my salesman.
He lives right across the street.
Okay. Yeah, I know James.
Yeah. Anyway, that's
guy.
McGavick Nissan and Infinity of Lubbock. I do want to mention we got a new advertiser in Midland, Odessa, and in Lubbock, but it's my son Tanner. He's got Mission.
Right, we know Mission.
Landscaping and all that kind of, but he's got Mission service companies, and they spray everything down in the Permian Basin that they'll let them spray. They want them to spray to kill weeds. And keep weeds. Down there they got these laws or rules or whatever they got. You can't have any growth on these pad sites or on yards, and they spray those.
Didn't know that.
And
how about my alley?
No, they won't do your alley. They probably would do your alley. He's got the chemicals, I'll tell you that, and they got the equipment to do it. And they're going to spray up here if you need oil people around here in Post or over in Levelland, and they can take care of that too. In fact, if the job's good enough, they'll go. And you can call them, you can find them. I think some of these people down there, they don't show up when they say, and then if you have to have a call back, they don't come back. You can't find them. Not with Tanner and his group.
Dependable.
They are dependent. Here's who you need to call. I'll tell you that you just call this number, and it's a really good thing.
Get pen and paper out.
Yep. Call Tyler at 806, not Tanner, but Tyler. He works for him. 806-632-6325. Now, that's easy. 632-6325. And now when you call, ask for the T&A discount. Now, that's important because this is real. Like we said,
we've only been saying that for 15 years.
But we haven't ever meant it.
Now it actually means something.
This is actually something.
Okay, good.
It'll be substantial. It'll be good. So give them a call. All right. And their spots are running in the middle of Odessa today.
Right.
Oh, cool.
I want to read this one just because she's one of my favorites. Jan Brewer said Mahomes was recruited and signed at Tech to play football and baseball. Cliff and Tadlock agreed to let him play both. After watching him play baseball, I'm so glad that he stuck to football.
What's he saying?
Love y'all. Love your show.
Thank you, Jan.
I tell you, y'all need to have a guest on. I got it. Y'all know Scott Lacefield? He used to be SID baseball at Tech.
Great guy.
Scott,
he
was a guest speaker of my class this week at Tech, and he tells some great stories.
What is he now? He's got pretty high up.
He's under Matt Dowdy.
President?
He's part of the university in marketing.
He's under Matt Dowdy.
But he tells
him. We could have had him this morning.
Oh yeah. Y'all should have Scott. He has some great stories. He wanted to be a pro baseball player, Gary. He started out at Seward.
Doesn't everybody?
Well, probably. He started out at Seward Community College
right
and
until
got
the time
hurt.
They start spinning it a little, and everybody goes, "Hey, I think I'll go into advertising."
I think he mentioned that, but he's a great storyteller, and he has some great stories about Mahomes on the baseball field. Like there was a game they were going to start Mahomes at third base because they had been having some trouble with Ryan Long, and they needed a helper. And I think Tadlock's like, "Are you kidding me? We're not really going to start him, are we?" Anyway, Scott tells the story great, but obviously he made the right decision long term.
He did. Yeah, I keep hearing these guys, all these pros and former pros, talking about Mahomes, and they just have given it to him. He's the greatest quarterback of all time.
Well, it's certainly an argument between he and Brady. I think he needs to win some more before he would be considered the greatest.
Well, a three-peat would be something Brady
would be
didn't
big. Yeah, that would certainly put him up there.
Brady did win 7.
I know. Yeah,
Super Bowls.
So Pat's got a ways to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's just so fun, and it's so fun having Mahomes there.
I love it.
How much time have you spent with him?
We did commercials with him 3 consecutive summers. So the summer after he got drafted, and the next one, and then one after his MVP year. So the third time, we actually went up to Kansas City and shot in their indoor facility. He was great. He was always great. Always wanted to know what was going on in Lubbock, what's going on with Texas Tech, and he was just a prince of a guy to work with.
All right, did the Chiefs charge y'all to use their facility?
No.
See, I think of things that just...
But that'd be really rude of them.
They
to do
didn't.
that.
They were the chief organization. They were there. They had people there watching us. I mean, they were very concerned about what we were going to do.
Doing a porn or anything in there.
Don't do it. We couldn't even show the Kansas City logo. So on the commercial we run, you probably haven't noticed it, but there is a Chiefs logo in the end zone, but it's been blurred out by our editor. So, yeah, we had to do that. But they were great. The organization was great to us. They really were.
Yeah, they're good. They're a good group.
They are.
They're good people.
And have been for a long time.
Yeah. It's a good family that owns them.
And then you got that whole family. What's the name of the family? The Hunt family. Yeah. So really good people.
Good friends with Pat and Pinkins.
Probably so.
Friendship.
I've never been. There's teams that you're just against, like the Eagles growing up, the Redskins growing up. I've never disliked the Chiefs. Even when I had no reason
Hank
to really like them.
Remember Hank Stram?
Well, E.J. Holla.
He was so good. Holla.
Yeah.
Lynn
Thomas
Dawson.
Howard.
Lynn
Thomas
Elliott.
Howard.
Lynn Elliott was there for a short time, right?
It was never Lynn talked about it. He was on the show.
All right. Super Bowl, Lynn Elliott. What's the deal there? What's the neatest thing about Lynn Elliott in the Super Bowl?
Did he make a kick for Cowboys in the Super Bowl?
Yeah, he did for the Cowboys.
Lynn Elliott, he may be tied for the most extra points in the Super Bowl, and he would have been the sole leader had Leon Lett
not fumbled,
not slowed down, and
BB caught him from behind.
Yeah,
Forgot
knocked
about
the ball
that.
out, or Lynn Elliott would be in
the number one.
Forgot about that.
For extra
Great
points.
trivia, Gary.
Yeah,
Yeah,
good.
that is
my
good.
mind's
Really
like
good
a
trivia.
Yeah, like a mosh pit. I was listening to Bargatze. He goes, "Let me tell you about marriage. Marriage is kind of like this." He goes, "You're at a concert and you see a mosh pit over there, and you think, I'm going to go get in that mosh pit, where everybody's doing." He goes, and you're in there for just a minute. You go, "I wish I hadn't got in this mosh pit." He was describing his marriage.
I've got a great mosh pit story, and I'll keep it short. We're in Florida, the family, and Taylor wants to go to the Warped Tour, and apparently the Warped Tour is a big darn deal for music people.
I don't even know what it is.
So anyway, we go to the Warped Tour, and I'm tired of warping around, so I just said, "Hey, I'll be right here. You go."
Warp.
Do whatever. I mean, there's bands everywhere. It's just a huge, it's like Woodstock with a bunch of different bands.
I'm sure my daughter knows about it.
And all that. Oh yeah,
She's been there.
That's another good story. But anyway, he goes off, and then, oh good gosh, it's like an hour later. He comes and he's hobbling. He's hobbling over. And I said, well, where's your shoe?
Where's your shoe?
He said, I got in that mosh pit, and they were carrying me around on the deal, and somebody grabbed my shoe and threw one of them that way. So he lost his shoe.
That's ridiculous.
At a mosh pit.
I know. See there? That's when you say, "I wish I hadn't got in this mosh pit."
Or if you're in a mosh pit, here's some, take notes here.
Yeah.
If you go and you're in a mosh pit, be the one holding the person up, not the one that's up.
Yeah.
Because there's things can happen if you're up.
It can be dangerous.
Okay, all right. That's my mosh pit story.
Love it.
You lose a finger.
Okay, now Super Bowl commercials.
Yes, sir.
All right, what should we be looking
a
for?
couple of things. We can talk about last year's top 10.
Okay, let's
see
do
if
it.
y'all even remember last year's. So y'all want to take a chance at remembering the number one commercial from last year?
I can't. Doritos.
I have a hint.
I'm going to say it's
they're
Cars.
No.
Okay.
It's insurance. State Farm. Do you know why?
Patrick Mahomes.
Oh,
No.
Like a good neighbor.
Neighbor.
Neighbor. Oh,
Neighbor.
Neighbor. I'm trying to say
Arnold
Neighbor.
Schwarzenegger. Not Albert, but
Neighbor.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
Neighbor.
And then Dunkin' Donuts was number 2. That was Ben Affleck and Matt Damon. And I'll have a story about Matt Damon coming up.
Oh.
Kia, Uber Eats with Jennifer Aniston, the NFL commercial. Dove did a thing about women's sports. BMW had a cool commercial about talk like Walken, Christopher Walken.
Yeah.
And all these people talk like him. That was one of them. And then Budweiser, who's in the top 10 every year, did a spot with the Clydesdales coming to the rescue because the bar had lost electricity, and the Clydesdales bring the beer to the bar. So those were last year's. And then I also have top 10 of all time.
Heroes.
But we'll do that last.
Do top 10.
We'll do that last. Okay, here's a service that ranks. One of the services I use. They do a ranking. If you go to USA Today, you can do this thing called Ad Meter, and you can vote on them today if you want, or tomorrow during the game. And then Monday they'll put out a report of the top. Well, they'll rank every commercial. All 50 of them will be ranked.
There's 50 commercials.
There are approximately 50 commercials at approximately 7 to 8 million a commercial per 30 seconds. And I would say
that stack up for the last few years?
Last year was 7 million. This year's 8 million. So it just
they just feel like it's like education and medical. You just feel like it's entitled each year.
Well, here's something that probably affects that. So last year was the most watched Super Bowl in the history of Super Bowl viewing. Do y'all know why? There was a reason why it was the most watched.
I don't know why.
Who was the halftime?
It's not halftime. Who was there in a suite watching the game?
Oh, Britney.
No, Taylor Swift.
No, not Britney Spears, Taylor Swift.
So I call it the Taylor effect. So what happened was, because of Taylor Swift and her involvement, she brought in a whole entirely new audience of young women and older women too. Yeah. But definitely, we had 13 to 18-year-old girls watch the Super Bowl that have probably never seen a football game in their life because of Taylor Swift. So the year before, we had 117 million viewers. Last year, they jumped 10%. Up to 123, 125 million viewers. They're not even expecting that many this year. They're actually expecting 120 this year. So 123, 124 million viewers last year, the most ever to watch the Super Bowl.
How much more is that than before?
117 million 2 years ago.
So it wasn't dramatic.
So dramatic. But in Super Bowl viewing, it would be considered significant.
Okay.
10 to 12%.
So they can charge more money.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the other thing that's interesting this year, I've looked at most of these. Most of them are 60-second spots. So the $8 million rate is based on 30. Now, I don't know if they double it or not, but most of these are 230s. And then you have some commercials, some advertisers that have multiple spots.
Well, do you get a deal for 230s?
I would think so. I would think you would.
You get a little discount.
You do here. If you buy more, you get more of a discount. So the going rate.
Local commercial.
Yeah, you want to guess what the local rate is for 30 seconds?
20,000.
15.
Way too high. You're way
15,000.
You're too high too.
10.
That's what it was last time we did.
It was 10 to 11 last year.
That's what I sort of remember.
It hadn't really,
obviously
hadn't really gone up a lot. And that's, Fox has it this year. Channel 34 has the game this year. And so we have quarter four will run before the game and pregame. We have Covenant. One of our clients will run during the game and over on the Telemundo side as well. McGavin Nissan is going to run on the Telemundo side.
What does that even mean?
Well, Telemundo does a whole Spanish broadcast of the game.
The commercial will be in Spanish?
It's not. It's the Mahomes commercial. We just run it over there. But you can get...
What do you think they're sitting out there going, what is he saying?
No. Well, and most of the Mahomes commercial, honestly, is music and him working out, if y'all remember.
Yeah.
But anyway, so we have a few people that are either in the game or pregame. Quarter four, if I mentioned they're pregame.
Don't they great?
Yeah, so they're back with us. I don't know if y'all knew that.
I knew that.
But or we're back with them. So should be fun. So so this year's commercials, there's I've got 32 ranked here. The one that's getting the most talk, just from the industry, is the Meg Ryan Billy Crystal commercial, the remake of the movie, and it's really funny. And I think it's a funny spot. On this ranking, it actually didn't do well at all, but it's getting a lot of talk. So is the Mountain Dew spot featuring Seal as a seal.
Yeah, that's creepy.
As a seal. It's kind of a weird spot.
That's creepy.
Then there's a Bud Light spot where they are partying in a cul-de-sac that's kind of fun. But the number one spot so far...
So the Bud Light one's not even in the top 32?
No, it's not.
Oh, wow.
Not according to this service.
Okay.
The NFL always puts out commercials, and they don't ever preview theirs, so we haven't seen their spot yet, and we won't till tomorrow.
Okay.
Most of these, they actually put the spot out. Like Stella Artois, the beer, features David Beckham and Matt Damon, who was a part last year. The theme this year is celebrity. Almost every commercial has got a celebrity, and I think what's happened is that advertisers, honestly, have gotten a little lazy, and they know, I'll just throw Matt Damon in it, and we'll get talk.
Yeah.
Not long term.
Or they'll at least look at it.
They'll watch it. So we've gotten away from being really creative and being good story. They have gotten away from being good storytellers and just taking the easiest route. Find a celebrity, try and make it somewhat funny, and that's a decent formula for a good commercial. But
how much do you think Matt Damon makes to be in that commercial?
I have no idea. I
Snoop Dogg's in one I see there.
Yeah, Snoop Dogg's in
they
one.
probably make $1 million.
Probably. And then you got to produce it. That's probably another $1 million.
Gosh.
So there's a lot of money spent.
I don't know if Snoop Dogg changed, not ad agencies, but changed people that take care of him. But he's been everywhere in the last year.
Well, the Summer Olympics is really where he got his.
Yeah, and then
brought him back up, and then he did
Ching.
The Voice on NBC, and I think you're right.
I think
He's
it's the
cleaned
Grammys.
up his image.
I think
the Grammys.
I think he was at the Grammys.
Yeah, he seems to kind of have cleaned up his image some.
Yeah, dramatically.
Yes. Starbucks has a fun commercial this year. Features the AC/DC song Thunderstruck. It's kind of fun.
You watch all of these, don't you?
I do. I watch all of them. Yeah. So when I watch the game, I'm really watching the commercials. Sometimes, if there's something really unusual or something that I think our team at the office needs to know about, I'll make notes and say we need to look at what they've done here. And
well, I'm going to watch them this year. You usually go to a Super Bowl party and you can't hear nothing, and and you want to watch the commercials, but you can't hear them. So my wife's down at cheerleading in Fort Worth. She's not actually doing the cheerleading.
Oh, I thought she was going to be a cheerleader.
It's my granddaughter.
Okay.
It's my granddaughter. But I will be by myself, and this will probably be one of my more enjoyable Super Bowls as far as watching the game and watching the commercials.
Right.
And just
you have to kind of concentrate because typically during the game, if you're at a party, everybody's talking during the commercials.
It's
hard to watch.
You can't, and
the game.
And the game.
During the game.
Shut up! I'm trying to watch the game.
Yeah.
It's like being in a suite at a Tech football game. It's hard to watch the game.
It's similar.
It's a very
really
different.
Feel like, what are you doing? I'm not even paying attention.
Yeah. No, that's right.
Anyway.
Exactly.
All right, the music's playing. So we got about 30
right.
seconds left. That's 30 seconds.
We'll come back and I'll do my last segment with
Which is your
top
favorite?
10.
Do you have
this year?
Yeah.
Doritos is really, really funny. It's again, they do a contest and so just anybody can enter. And so it's these guys put this spot together, and it's really funny.
It is.
It's really good.
Well, do the rest of them.
I'll do it when I come back.
Hey, go to that ad meter, but you got to join. I mean, it doesn't cost money, I don't think, but you got to get
just your
an
email
account
address
going. So
Yeah. All right. We'll be right back. Mack Owen's here.
Sports talk conversations with a good laugh mixed in. This is the Sports Talk with Thetford and Ashby podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
Okay. We're trying to figure out something. When you get to our age, Mack's younger, but he doesn't know what he's talking about either. It's kind of like us.
Yeah, we got to make a correction on that.
We will in just a second. Let me finish these. We mentioned quarter four today that you're now representing them, and boy, I got to tell you, Mack, this is just one of the greatest stores. It's just fun just to go in there. You may not even need anything. You'll walk around and you'll go, I got to get this because it is. And I never dreamed I'd see fashion in a quarter four in a Cardinals store. Women's fashion's awesome in there.
Yeah, it is.
They do a great job. You're looking for Texas Tech, got the Texas Tech zone. They're the reseller for Sideline, which is Texas Tech products, and just do a fantastic job. And they can do awards. They do for the Hall of Honor. They do our trophies every year. And sometimes we've had changes late.
And they make them.
They get them done. That's just who they are at quarter four. All righty.
They do the Cal Segrist Award for us.
They do the Cal Segrist. I love that trophy. That's a nice trophy.
It is a fun trophy.
They do so many. I will tell you, another great company here in town is R.C. Taylor. R.C. Taylor is not like, I mean, they're in Lubbock. That's where their home office is. But they're all over this whole area, like 125 miles around Lubbock. So they're like everywhere. And they'll bring it to you as well. So give them a call, get set up. You booster clubs, you convenience stores. That's what you need is you need R.C. Taylor because they can help you and bring it right to your door and unload it. You don't have to come to Lubbock and get it. They'll bring it to you. All right.
Right.
What were y'all looking at, Justin?
I've said that.
I told Lacefield we need to have him on the show.
Yes, y'all do.
And he said Scared to hear how my name popped up. He said, nonetheless, I hope you and David are doing well. Miss both of you guys. And I said, well, you obviously are not watching the show. And he said, nope, not today.
So he works
got
for head of marketing at Texas Tech, not Matt. Matt's athletics.
Matt Dowdy is athletics.
And
he's a big deal.
Forgotten
Matt
the guy's
Dowdy is.
name that Scott works for, but y'all need to have him on.
There's how it ended. Love Mac.
Oh, thank you, Scott. Sounds good guy.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right. Now what are we going to do?
We're going to talk about
he's in it.
best commercials ever.
Ever.
This is what people like.
Coke's number one.
Which one? Which Coke?
Mean Joe Green.
Mean Joe Green. That's number 2 on the actual list.
Oh, it is?
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, then one of the Budweisers maybe.
Budweiser is their top.
But they're on there 2 or 3 times.
They're in there 2 times. One in 1995 for the Frog commercial.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
And then again in 2000 for What's Up.
What's up?
Yeah, that was a top one.
Yeah.
Number 10 is Wendy's. Where's the Beef from 1984. It goes way back.
That's a classic.
Number 9 is E-Trade, the Talking Babies from 08.
I love those guys.
And they've actually done some comebacks.
You Shankopotamus. He goes.
They're very good.
Beating you out of the bucks, you Shankopotamus.
Volkswagen, Darth Vader, the Force Kid. That's actually fairly recently. That's 2011. Back to 1992 for the 7th. Pepsi, the new can is the two little boys watching Cindy Crawford drink a Pepsi.
Or do anything.
Yeah. Then in 2018, number 6 was Amazon, where Alexa loses her voice. I don't know if y'all remember that one, but Alexa can't talk anymore, and so they have to hire celebrities to do the voice for her, and they say mean things to the people asking questions. It's really, go ahead and watch. It's really funny. Okay, number 5, you'll definitely know this. 1993, Magic Johnson and Larry Bird.
Oh, yeah.
Shooting.
The McDonald's competition.
Playing horse.
We did the Frogs. We did What's Up. Number 2 is Coca-Cola Mean Joe Green. And number 1, which is my favorite. A lot of people it's not, but it is my favorite because it's significant to me. But Apple Macintosh, 1984.
Well, that's like the most bizarre.
It's like a communist deal, it looks like, or something.
Well, it's why 1984 won't be like 1984. But again, they never spent a penny on that commercial. Remember, it was played free. Because it got so much attention. They actually may have paid for the Super Bowl one time, but they got so many runs of that commercial free because of all the talk it was creating.
That's where people are marching in. And
it tells a great story. Yeah. So I tend to like commercials that tell a good story.
Deep enough to really get it.
Oh, it's
You know,
I didn't know it was Apple. Thanks for telling
that. Mean Joe Green deal. You throw a deal.
That's a great one. That's a great one.
I can get that. But that other one's too.
The spots that tend to have some sort of emotional connection, I think, tend to last a long time versus something that's just funny.
Well, I cry at the Clydesdale commercials.
Do you cry at Clydesdale commercials?
Well,
you're going to get one this year.
When the horse comes back.
So let me tell you about this year.
The horse is in the parade, and the guy sees him, and
he comes back, and they
hug.
Now. So this year, it's about a young Clydesdale that is not old enough to make the team. But the Clydesdale bus or wagon is going off in the distance, and one of the kegs falls off, and the young Clydesdale jumps the fence and pushes the keg with his nose all the way to the bar.
That's dedication.
Yeah, that's a good one.
So it wasn't that he wasn't good enough; he was just too young.
He's little. He's young. He's a kid. He's JV.
All right,
but he finally
hang in there, kid.
There's a fun one from Google this year about the Google Gemini, and Google Gemini is something you can talk to and get advice. And there's this guy asking for advice for getting a new job. So he's doing an interview with Google. But Google asks him, what is your experience? And he starts talking about raising his family, but he never says it that way. He said, well, I've worked with all sorts of ages. I've managed different businesses. It's really, he's talking about his wife and his kids. It's really a touching commercial. It's not funny. But it's really fun. I told you about Doritos. That's, again, they do a contest each year, and anybody can enter. Y'all could enter if you wanted to. Yeah. And they choose one for next year. Yeah, sure. You got a year.
This one.
We produce the commercial.
You can. Send it in. And you send it in. They have 2,000 entries this year.
Why don't we do that, Mac? And you be our producer. Yeah.
We really should do that. It'd be fun to do that.
We could figure something out that would be unique.
That'd be fun. Let's see. Roger Federer's in a spot. Channing Tatum's in a spot. There's a Michelob Ultra spot that's about pickleball. So very,
Well, you got to get pickleball in there.
Very current. Catherine O'Hara from Home Alone and William Dafoe are in it. And they pretend to be these old folks that aren't very good. And all these young folks, bet them. Say, well, we'll play, and whoever wins gets the Budweiser, in this case, Ultra.
I like it.
And then Catherine O'Hara and William Dafoe just kill the young people playing
in pickleball.
Oh yeah, just kill them in pickleball. They're like smashing the ball at them, and that's pretty funny.
Let's be clear: the young people are over 18.
Yeah, you're talking 20s and 30s.
4-year-olds.
Those 12-year-olds playing for, was it a beer ad? Wasn't it?
It is for beer. They are old enough to drink beer. Like I said, Budweiser.
Assume things.
Stuff. Andy Reid's in a couple of commercials.
I bet he is. What's that one he says?
Bundle Rooski.
Bundle Rooski. It's not that one. He's actually.
You can say it. I ain't saying it.
I ain't saying
he can
that.
say it.
No,
he's in a Skechers ad. That has nothing to do with Bundle Rooski.
Bundle Rooski.
But yeah, so that'll be fun.
That'll tell you something about him, though, that he would even do that.
Exactly.
And he did those nuggies. You can eat those nuggies.
Yeah.
He does have a sense of humor.
He really is a great guy, isn't he?
When we were shooting with Mahomes up in Kansas City, Reid was there that day, and he was just walking around the facility like just any old guy, he just looks like a regular guy.
What did he watch y'all do
No, I think he peeked in and went to his office. This is July, but we were a week away from the start of OTAs.
Yeah.
He's got that guy that's painting the end zone. That's great.
Yeah,
Who are the chefs?
Yeah, who are the chefs?
Googly Moogly.
Okay, so you bring up a good point, David. That reminds me of the Betty White commercials and the Snickers commercials, because those ones with Betty White were really, really good, and that didn't make the top 10 list. It probably should have, because to me it's one of the top.
Yeah. Well, there's not enough. They need to be a top 20,
no, I could have done top 20. I just stopped at 10.
Okay.
But,
that's awesome.
Anyway.
Okay, let me read this, because this I think you'll be glad to hear this one, Mac.
Okay.
The Patrick Mahomes McGavitt commercials are just great. I know, Mac, you are proud of those, but is there another one or two you have done in the past that have won some awards or that you are just really happy about?
Well, I appreciate that and appreciate the comments. I do get that question a lot, especially when I teach class at Tech or speak to a group at Tech. But there's obviously the Mahomes thing was fun, and based on what's happened to him, we look back on that with a lot of pride, and we're very excited about those. But we've got some stuff running for Covenant right now that we're real proud of. The work we've done for Covenant Health, Covenant Children's, Covenant Foundation. We've done a lot of work for those guys. It's funny. I did a spot back in the 90s for G. Messer Toyota when we were working with the Messer Group. And my daughter, Lauren, was about 17 at the time. And she was really big into dance and recitals and all that. And so we were doing a commercial for Toyota, and they were having a remodeling event. Car dealers will do a sale for anything.
Yeah.
And so they were going to do a remodeling sale because they were remodeling the building. So my daughter had just been in a recital with 3 other girls, and they played the part of construction guys. They look like guys. So I went to Lauren and said, "Hey, can you choreograph a 30-second dance for me for this commercial?" And so she said, "Yeah." So she choreographs this piece. We go to the parking garage that's no longer there downtown that was condemned, right, the old bank parking garage. Went inside of it. It was all locked up, but we crawled through and set up all this stuff. And so Lauren and the 3 girls put on these men's construction outfits in the hard hats.
Yeah.
They do this whole 30-second bit, this dance. And then at the end, they take their hats off and their hair falls down, and you see it's them. But there's no copy to it. It's just music and them dancing. So that's one that I really liked. And
it was advertising car.
G. Messer Toyota.
Okay.
The construction sale, the reconstruction sale.
I get it now.
But I don't know. I have to go back. I've done thousands, to be honest. So to go back and I found a picture the other day I had of Tony Dorsett and me when we did a commercial with him back in the 90s. Maybe even 80s, actually. It probably was the 80s, actually. He had just retired.
Yeah.
And we did a spot with Dorsett. We did some stuff with Scott Pelley for Lubbock ISD that we're really proud of. That whole Lubbock ISD campaign with Scott Pelley and our swimmer, Madison Cox. Just had a great time doing that. I felt like it was a really good campaign, and I thought it did a good job for Lubbock ISD. So we've had a lot of fun over the years with great clients. And it takes a great client.
Did you come up with Every Child Every Day?
I did. It's not Every Child Every Day. I'm sorry. That's Karen Garza's theme.
Okay.
We did Your Child's Story Begins Here.
I like that better.
Thank you.
Here's what I remember that I think you did that just is so irritating that I remember it vividly. You know what it is?
probably the Kia commercial.
Get a Kia, get a Kia, get a Gene Master, get a KIA.
I hear that all the time.
It's just like, shut up. I'll come buy a damn Kia.
It's funny. So we just did a jingle for McGavick, and it's based on the Menomina character. So if you haven't seen it, I'll send it to you because it's new.
What is that? What'd you just say?
Menomina is the Muppets. Menomina. Anyway, I'll send that to you so you can see it. It's just a Muppets thing that Brent liked, and we created a jingle out of it. But it's funny, Gary, that you mentioned that because we've done jingles. I've done dozens of jingles. And Mitsubishi, get your Mitsubishi at Gene Messer. The Kia jingle. I mean, there's a lot of them that people would call. They would call our office and say, I will never, ever buy a car from Gene Messer as long as that jingle. And then I'd go to the office and say, okay, this guy named David Thetford, has he honestly ever really bought a car? And they would say, no, he's never actually bought a car from us. But we would get these comments. We did a spot with Brant Reagan's daughter, Erin West, and she, this was the year that one of the big commercials for the deodorant and the black guy saying I'm on a horse.
Oh,
remember
that? Old Spice.
Old Spice, thank you. Yeah. So we did a total rip-off. I mean, we were trying to rip it off. And
you were trying, or you
we were trying to rip it off. Yeah, we were trying to rip it off.
Okay.
I mean, we weren't being bashful about that. And at the end, Erin, Brant's daughter, says, I'm on the hood. And Laura's daughter says, I'm on the hood. We ran that in Austin at the dealership we were handling then for 2 weeks. And we got so many complaints about that commercial, we had to pull it off the air. And we're talking Austin, Texas. Way more liberal and open-minded than Lubbock.
Yeah.
We ran it in Lubbock and didn't get many comments. But in Austin, we had to pull it off the air.
And their problem was?
They didn't like the way we were, I guess, handling what Aaron was saying at the end or something. But to me, it was irrelevant.
I really think there's people out there that just wake up saying, okay, what can I find wrong with the world today?
Yes. I'm afraid that happens.
Yeah, I'm afraid that happens.
It was the guy that we had text us last week about Joey.
Coach McGuire?
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
something about if he didn't win 8 games.
Yeah, if he doesn't win 8 games, you think they're going to let him go?
That's what he was thinking.
I said, okay, so you woke up this morning and this is what you thought? Next football season, if we don't win 8 games, are we going to fire a wonderful human being?
Yeah.
So anyway.
People, you're right.
I don't get
People will say anything.
But you got to cater to them because they buy stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. How many are on your team now?
There are 6 full-time people, then we have 3 to 4 part-time.
You got a great group.
We have a good group.
We
have a good group of guys, and they've been with me a long time now. My art director, Barry's been there 15. Teague, our digital director, has been there 12. Of course, Becky, who was our CFO, has been with me a long time. So, but we've got, Whitney and Jenny and some other kids there that are really, really good. So it's all about the team. That's what I really said in my speech, going back to what the question was. It was really, none of this happens without the people that were on the team.
Don't forget your wife.
Make it happen. Yeah, Becky's a big part of that.
Becky in there?
She's part of it.
Becky's a big part of that. And so the team,
part of the
team's always been good. Yeah, she's
CFO.
She's CFO and co-owner.
Which is great.
Yeah. So the team makes the team. Well, y'all know that. Y'all are team guys. The team is what makes. Yeah. Awards don't happen without the team.
There is no I in team.
Thank you.
But as Michael Jordan says.
Yeah.
There is one in win.
Yeah.
You want to win?
I thought you made that up, but Michael Jordan did. Okay.
I told him.
You told him. Yeah.
All right. We only got a little bit of time.
All right.
What do you want to leave here? Give us your address again.
Okay. It's 5107 82nd Street. The building is called The Place. It sits just behind Rose's Cafe, True Fit, that area. It's a 4-story building. Looks out over the Lake Ridge golf course.
So it's sort of tucked in.
It kind of is. You can't miss it. But then we're on the first floor. You can't miss us. We're right there. So
big space.
It's actually smaller than what I had. We still have a conference room. It was big. So we still have a conference room. We still have all the offices in the open area. We just got rid of that big lobby we had.
Was there enough room for the awards that y'all won?
Yes, there is. We didn't make us.
They had to rent another space next to it.
We made a spot for that. Yeah, we did.
Okay, Mack, we're proud of you, buddy.
Thank you guys. Thanks for having me. It's always good to be here.
Always fun.
And we appreciate your input into the show because
you wanted us to call ourselves just Thetford and Ashby. As it turned out, that's what we should have called it.
Yeah, instead of Sports Talk.
Yeah,
just leave that off.
Yeah. Sort of false advertising.
There's the real smart guy there, Gustafson. Now, if you want wisdom, it's him.
He sits in a room all the time just thinking of reading stuff.
Just thinking. He just sits around thinking.
He is amazing.
Mack Owen, everybody.
Thanks,
the Owen Group. Go to owengrp.com and you can see it's still the same
It is the same website.
Okay.
Yeah, it's still the same.
And he can build your website.
We can build your
too.
website, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. There you
do
go.
that, too.
All right, appreciate you,
Mack Owen.
Sports talk conversations with a good laugh mixed in. This is the Sports Talk with Thetford and Ashby podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
Hey, I want to mention again for you folks down in the Permian Basin and also up here in Lubbock, Mission Service Companies. This is my son Tanner, and they will kill all the stuff that you have with the oil and gas business, green stuff out on the pad or at your stackyard or wherever. They'll do it for you. So give them a call. And the guy you need to call is Tyler. And get it all scheduled to get a quote, 806-632-6325, 632-6325, and ask for the TNA discount. And this is for real. The
Absolutely.
TNA discount. We normally say that, and it's not real, but this is real. There we are.
All right, here's a texter says, I was an AFL fan and went to the Dallas Texans game in 1962, and he moved to Houston. They saw the championship game, the Texans and the Oilers, in Jefferson Stadium. All right, I do not remember that. And then he says the Dallas Texans became the Chiefs.
Yeah.
When the AFL and NFL merged.
That's true.
Lamar Hunt,
so long time ago. So that's why I go a long way back, and I've never disliked the Chiefs. Unlike, do you have any teams that you?
That was, you know what? The Chiefs are kind of like that. I've never hated the Cleveland Browns. I always thought if they ever did good, I'd be. And the other one that was kind of like that was the Detroit Lions because they've lost forever.
As for the Lions this year,
kind of lovable. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really have any rivalry beef with any of them. But yeah,
Do you have a team you can't stand in the NFL?
Oh,
Cincinnati Bengals.
maybe
his is going to be Dallas.
Maybe the Cowboys. Yeah, they were when I was a kid. They just scarred me. They beat
did?
the crap out of my bad St. Louis football Cardinal teams.
Oh, here's a good
And
texter out here.
Then they
You ready?
moved to Phoenix and surrendered.
Yeah, they just surrender.
The Cardinals
Oh,
moved to Phoenix.
Yeah.
Those were great games with Jim Hart.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Terry Metcalf, Mel Gray.
Terry Metcalf, yeah.
See if y'all remember this. This texter said, my favorite commercial of all time was a Dodge commercial. If you can remember Dodge commercials, Paul Harvey, God Made a Farmer.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's a classic.
Yeah, no doubt.
If we ever need to leave early one day, we need to just
love
play that and hook them
I love it.
and listen to it on
I think
the
United Supermarkets also used that part of that Paul Harvey deal at one time. That's God Made a Farmer.
Yeah,
Made a
that's
Farmer.
good stuff.
And what I would do if what is that? What's the one about if I was the devil?
Oh yeah, that's
Great.
That's,
If you want to listen to something that you can go, hey,
that'll get you thinking.
that's
won't it?
happening.
Yeah, no kidding.
The devil's at work.
All right, Dr. Gus.
Yes, sir.
That's what this texter says. Dr. Gus.
Uh-oh.
Oh, Dr. Gus question. Here's a Dr. Gus question. In his baseball tracking of the Red Raiders, did we move overnight in the NL money at A&M levels?
Oh, not
and
that.
assess the evaluations and expectations of our Red Raiders 2025.
Good grief.
Now, what's the good grief part
Yeah,
of it?
no, there's just a lot.
Oh,
It's
okay.
well worded with punctuation and everything else, but that guy actually puts a name on it. You know, a lot of times it's just from
Yeah.
the anonymous texters are the ones that get
Yeah.
all.
Well, this is Scott, and it's
We're
a
all-
positive
yeah,
text.
Absolutely. Very interrogative. Yeah, I don't. The NIL situation in baseball, I think is good, and Tim spoke about it last night. That first of all, he feels like they've put together a really nice roster, and he gave a lot of credit to Matador Club, J. Bob, Gardner, Goot, and what they went out to get. Are there prized acquisitions that were at the very top? Is there the baseball version of Nigeri Kennedy?
Yeah.
No. Is there? And when I say that, I mean that heralded and that public about spent $1 million.
Nobody,
No,
yeah,
it's
there
not.
isn't. There isn't.
No,
Yeah.
there's not. And by the way, A&M this week, their regents voted. They approved like $28 million for their left field facility, like we have.
Oh, wow.
Which we've spent 14, so they, I don't know if they said, well, Tech spent 14, let's spend 28.
Yeah.
And that's on top of the anticipated $50 to $60 million of stadium renovations, of ballpark renovations. Now, I probably haven't been down there since you have, when Taylor was playing. It's been a while, in other words, and that place looked really nice to me, so I can't imagine what you'd do to put 50, 60 million into that.
Yeah, I don't know what you do.
Right, that's what I mean.
It has to be like
here we
those deals you go in and, and they encapsulate you and
drone you to your seat.
Yeah, it's
shower
stuff like
you.
that.
It's got to be. I'm sure it's high level suites and all the things, and probably more revenue opportunities and all. And I think I understood the one thing I think I remember was that there's going to be like outfield seating and stuff, which becomes very LSU like, that sort of thing. But anyway, so A&M's commitment to baseball, and by the way, A&M this year is the preseason #1 team in the country.
Are they really?
Yeah, and so of course they're all dealing with a new coach because Schlossnagle, who was at TCU forever, took A&M to the final game last year, lost at the very end, and then jumped to UT, which made him very popular there in College Station, I'm sure. And there was a little bit of a job search, and they ended up hiring one of Schloss's former assistants. Basically, they hired from within.
Yeah.
As the new head coach at A&M. So yeah, they're announcing this week all these facility improvements and upgrades and stuff. So
that's probably part of what drove the deal.
Oh my gosh,
Schlossnagle left.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll show y'all.
No, I'm sure there's some, as I usually say, double rods, which is middle fingers directed to the
you got a bird nest on the ground at A&M, and you're winning, and everything's going your way. You've established yourself, and then you go to UT.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, there's no positive to it. I mean,
no.
How much better are you going to be?
And there was there was even a Del Conte, the UT athletic director, that had fun with his little McDonald's receipt when he went and got beard, at the Plainview McDonald's thing, and good on you, Chris.
Yeah.
We saw that work out.
That worked out real well too.
Yeah, it did.
But he had another version of that, when I met so and so, and we met in a parking lot. Like he's got his own little version of that deal that he was kind of fired up about retelling. So that's his thing. He likes to be.
Well, give us a little more Tech baseball, and
sure.
then we'll finish up the Super Bowl.
You bet. Then I've got a little 5 minutes of nostalgia. 5 minutes will cover that?
Yeah.
Okay. Because David's seen it. You haven't.
Okay.
Probably not. Could spend an hour on it. I think what's amazing is now Tim has said in the national media, D1 baseball, in the big season preview, he talked about we are going to be good on the mound this year. Because last year at the end, and you said it, the injuries. Trendon Parrish missed a chunk of the year. Petty missed almost all of the year. Hewer had a little hiccup there in the middle.
The season from hell.
Yeah, it really was. Yeah. And the good news is it was the first season like that since 2015. So it's, first one. And so I would imagine expectation, it's really interesting because I would say just people text the show and talk to me about it. And I'm thinking the floor, the base expectation is getting in the NCAA tournament again, right? I mean.
Right.
And
is that a question?
Tim, yeah, exactly. Right. Tim's sat next to me at the first pitch luncheon. Y'all were there. He talks about we're doing what we have to do to get back to Omaha. Like at Kegel's last night, do it with you. Everything that they're doing in terms of us going to North Carolina next week to play whatever they are, number 9 in the country, number 12 in the country. And in 2 weeks when they open the season here against Kyle Irvine, Irvine's preseason number 24 in the country. We're not ranked. So, like the schedule. And then you go to Vegas and play Texas and Washington and Illinois. And so it's just.
It won't take long to get ranked.
No, that's right.
If we've got the team we think we have.
So he's still talking about, just like 3, 4, 5 years ago, about creating the RPI situation to get back to, well, he wouldn't say to get back to Omaha, but he would say to host again. And he said we have 26, 27 home games, and he said, and we hope to have 5 or 6 more after that, meaning host a regional, win the regional. And so I'm only telling you that to say, his expectations haven't moved because they weren't, last year didn't go well.
And when I said really inning from hell, I don't mean anything other than crap just went wrong. Yeah. I mean, just if it could go wrong, it went wrong. So
you're right. And they're I was going to tell you that they're quietly optimistic about the pitching until last night when Tim went. I bet Tim went 15 minutes about the pitching, and he dang near went. And there's Gary, and he's got a good changeup, and that guy, we're excited about. He went on and on and on about it. And the thing I think that those guys talk about is they feel like they'll be really good if last year's returners, which is Mack, Hewer, Petty, those guys have been throwing the ball really well. If those guys will anchor that rotation again and let all these new guys file into the bullpen roles. And, the bullpen roles are huge these days because sometimes you'll have your third most innings from your best bullpen guy. So He mentioned last night, he said, I'm almost sorry about the fact that we have to pick 3 out of this group because so many of them are throwing well. And so, again, I'm going on and on about what he said about the pitching, and I don't think I'm being, I kept thinking, my goodness, this is really good. They spent, I think, of their 7 big portal acquisitions, I believe 4 or 5 of them were key pitchers that are, that are guys that were weekend starters where they were. So that part's interesting. That part's exciting. And then the names that you'd probably recognize the most, Damian Bravo probably be in right field. Well, Bravo was a key part of last year. There's 2 burners in center field that can really run and really defend. That'll be an interesting competition. One JUCO guy, one true freshman, and then one of the portal guys, I think from Stetson, named Logan Hughes, that'll be in left field. The left side of the infield, there's 2 returners that you might remember. TJ Pompey's moving to third. He does really good there. And then Lopez, who's been our shortstop for the better part of the last 2 years, will stay there at short. And then the 2 catchers, Dylan Maxey, Davis Rivers. Those are all kind of the key returners. I can give you a bunch of other names of guys you've never heard of.
Nah, they can earn their.
That's exactly. There's a guy named Scholes. He's a senior. He's been in the Pac-12 at the University of California at Berkeley. He had 10 home runs, 15 doubles. Proven middle of the lineup hitter. He's here. He'll be in that DH first base mix. Tennessee transfer named Villeneuve, and Villeneuve is from French. Canadian, whatever you'd say that, like the up there by Quebec and all that.
Yeah. And
so when he talks, like you close your eyes and you hear him talk, it sounds like they're interviewing one of the Dallas Stars hockey players. And he's and Tim loves that guy. Like Tim loves his makeup and all. And he played at Weatherford Junior College with young Ben Tadlock. So there's some connections there.
Where's Ben now?
Ben's just on campus at Tech, I think, finishing up his degree.
He's not going to play baseball.
No. He didn't play last year, and I think he did his 2 years at JUCO. And
yeah. He's a good high school player.
He was. He could run.
Yeah.
Yep. He's probably getting close to graduation. We need to check on him. I'm traveling with those guys these next 2 road trips, so I'll probably have some time to sit there with him and ask him those type questions. But.
Okay, do this before our next break, whatever it is you're talking
nostalgia.
About. Yeah, let's get nostalgic.
I got some mail from you.
From me?
Yeah, I did. This one's dated February 19th, 1985. Dear Mike, I hope everything is going well from you. I thought you might be interested in the indoor facility we're about to start construction on, blah, blah, blah. So there's that.
You didn't sign it.
You didn't sign that, so would like to talk about that. But this one here is a little more heartfelt.
They used to do that. They would speak for you.
Yeah.
Here's what you said.
This one's a little more.
Talk to you, so they go, somebody speak for you, Gary.
This one's a
memo from my desk.
You signed this, and this is a PS that you hand wrote. So, dear Mike, congratulations on being the MVP of the Lubbock Tourney. Good luck the rest of the season. We will be out to see you play a lot. We hope you will make it out to see us play too. There was a schedule in there. Enclosing some information about the indoor facility.
That's definitely me.
Yeah. P.S. Take care of that arm, because I had just got hurt down in Midland. So you were on top of it.
Sweet.
Wow.
And then I had signed now.
Yeah.
We are glad you have decided to continue your education in athletics here at Tech. Keep working hard and have a great season.
Love and kisses.
Again, he signed that one, yeah.
Love and kisses. Coach Ashby.
No, it says sincerely.
Yeah, sincerely. You really like me. And then this one's cool. That one's from Taylor McNeil.
Oh.
And this is Taylor McNeil saying, congratulations on signing your letter of intent. I know we both will benefit from this transaction. We're expecting great things from you in the next 4 years. And then he had put a clipping about from the AJ in there. So isn't that cool?
Well, that is. I cannot believe I was that.
You can have those or reference them or whatever.
Way more professional than I would have thought.
This is the brochure about the new Texas Tech indoor facility.
There you go.
We thought we were so.
Oh my God! This is the old. Now, just
we got it
for somebody like Brennan. This is the old bubble that they just tore down to build all the new stuff there on the south end. So, but this is a drawing of what that thing's going to look like. And here's the letter from Lauro Cavazos telling me how great it is. So. Yeah,
that's fun.
Isn't that fun? And Coach Ash,
That's funny.
I brought down some boxes 2 Sundays ago, just sitting around, probably watching Chiefs game or whatever. It's like I told my wife, all of us, I'm going to clean some junk out of the attic so I could get a couple boxes, and then I'd get on a roll and bring 7 boxes down.
Yeah.
and 2 of those boxes are an absolute time, like a time capsule. If you had said throw a bunch of crap in there and tape that box up and never look at it again,
30 years from now, break it out.
Well, the funny thing is I break that thing out, and then 4 days later they do the 1984-85. Bubba, y'all had Bubba on the show.
Yeah.
It was that team reunion, and the thing I had laying on the thing was SWC champs 1984-85, and it's the little Dirk West Red on the T-shirts, you know. And I'm thinking, my gosh, you know. So but in there, and I didn't know that stuff was in there, the stuff I just gave you.
Yeah.
But I opened these folders, and there was another handwritten thing from Danny Watkins to my parents. I already took a picture of that and texted it to him. Said, hey, check this out. And so Coach Wad's doing good. So tell everybody hi.
See if things have changed. And Coach Watkins was a great guy, but he came here and he got a partial scholarship to go work on his master's.
Yeah.
And then he roofed houses in the morning. He'd roof houses in the morning, or mornings he could, and then baseball, and then classes.
And then you don't have to do that. We'll give you cash. You don't have to need a job.
And then he would umpire our summer league stuff. He was out there umping. Of course, he was an old catcher, so he had pretty good strike zone, but he just worked his tail off. And now he's a scout for the Red Sox, signed Mookie Betts out of high school. So, if he's got one guy that's kind of his guy.
I wonder if he gets a bonus for that.
I think he does.
Yeah, if you scout a guy and he turns out to be...
When they get to the big leagues, I think you get a little extra.
Well, you should.
Yep. What was the other question we had about the big leagues or something?
Oh, the contract deal.
Yeah.
We can talk about that in a minute.
Yeah.
Oh, we got 30 seconds. Do they get more minor league baseball? If they got a big bonus, our big bonus guy was Brian Greer, and I'm pretty sure he made that same $600 a month.
You've been listening to the Sports Talk with Thetford and Ashby podcast from Double T 97.3. Catch the show live Saturday mornings from 9 to noon on Double T 97.3 FM or on the Double T 97.3 mobile app.